Yo, what's up? So in the next patch, we'll be getting a new resource which is Reset Astracoin. It's essentially reset token, but instead of resetting your ability levels, this one will reset your resonance and also dividend as well. And you can buy it once per month at the cost of 3,000 crystals. Now this could be worth it for some of you, but some of you are gonna think that this price is too high. I'll give my opinion on it at the end of the video. But let me just show you how it works. So right now I have Alexa at R2 and her dividend is D5 at also level 30 as well. Some ability mons as well. Now in order to use the resource, you have to go to your inventory and then find the resource, which is this one, and then click use and then find the expert that you want to reset. Mine is going to be Alexa. I'm just going to showcase you how it works. So what happens to your resonance if I do use it on Alexa? It is going to give you all this stuff right here. So it gives you back the resonance and also the dividend as well, and the materials that you use to level it up, except for your ability mons. So there's that. And now I'm going to be going over which units that you might want to reset first using this Reset Astracoin. But before we get into those lists, if you're using this Reset Astracoin in order to get back resources that you've used up, that is 100% not worth it. If you want resources back, you just wait for a rewind event and not waste 3,000 Exo crystals to get back resources, right? And also because the resources that the Astracoin gives you are stuff that you can already farm. For example, you can farm the EXP from Sonic Rift, you can farm the evolution materials from the Sonic Miracle, and then you can also get the Starry Mons from the shop as well, if you do need them, right? Alright, so there are 3 aspects that I think is worth it to use the Reset Astracoins on. Remember, you're not using this Reset Astracoin to get back resources because it's 100% not worth it. You're using this Reset Astracoin to get an advantage over other players. So number 3 in the list is going to be a 4-star actually, and it's a 4-star shimmer. It's going to be Yalina. I'll explain why she's worth it to use the Astracoin on. If you go to Trials and then you go to Ritual Miracle Chronos, you'll notice that Yalina is the 4-star being used for the Tolan strat. As you can see, rank 1 all the way to rank 3 all use Yalina in their team. So what sets Yalina apart from other 3 stars like this one, for example, right? The biggest reason is this, her R6. Her R6 is when an expert falls, Yalina dispels her debuffs and recovers HP by 100%. And this is very important in Chronos because when you read Chronos' passive, for every player unit with HP below 20%, all player units deal 20% less damage. So with Yalina healing up to 100%, that's one less unit that is below 20% HP. And that's usually needed for you to kill off Chronos using the Ollie strat. And that's the biggest part of why the top 3 right now is using Yalina over the other pretty much for the unit, right? She's there to die, but she also needs to heal up to full HP so that you don't get reduced damage. Number 2, you can probably tell who it is already. It's going to be Tolan. You reset his, especially his divinity. It's very important because in PvE, he's one of the most crucial units that you need to run in order to compete in leaderboard contents. First off is going to be Chronos. In Chronos, if he is level 60 with his divinity and with his ascension as well, he will not get one shot if he doesn't get the rock attack. So if you do reset him, means that he can get one shot without getting targeted by the rock attack from Chronos. And again, if you take a look at the leaderboard, some people are using Tolan at level 44, or rather not level 60, right? Because they use the rewind event to rewind Tolan instead of any other units. Again, 45. It's gonna help your runs significantly because now you don't need the Chronos to target your Tolan in order to get a successful run. Then the next one is going to be APAP. Using Tolan in APAP is one of the best strats you can use. It's a similar case in Chronos where when APAP gets his first turn, if you have a level 60 Tolan, he will not die. When APAP gets his turn, he's going to do an AoE attack which will not kill my Tolan even if he crits. But once I use the Astracoin on Tolan, he's going to be at level 1 and he's going to one-shot Tolan, which means you can clear APAP within 4 turns. So right here, my Alice is going to get a turn, and when she does her S1 onto APAP, this will likely kill off APAP because now APAP will have the debuff of Tolan. It's going to be very squishy, and that's why it's very important for you to have a level 1 Tolan with no divinity as well. Again, This is one of the teams that you can run to get a 4 turns on Chronos. But again, he's running a level 50 Tolan, which sometimes does not get one shot by the boss. He needs to get lucky for the boss to land a crit on Tolan. And that's pretty much it for Tolan. You can use Tolan in Fafnir as well, but he does not need to be at level 1 for that. He's going to get one shot either way. And also for Yinglong as well. He will get one shot regardless of your level on Tolan. But before you reset him, keep in mind whether you run him in PvP or not, because he's going to be at level 1 and your strat using him might not work anymore. But again, his PvE role, in my opinion, is going to be more worth it than his PvP role. And then the last unit, you probably are going to think I'm crazy, is going to be Lu Sheng. Now, Lu Sheng is still the meta. He is still one of the best units in the game. But the reason why you want to use the Astracoin on him is if you have his Divinate unlocked. His Divinate is very good, but it's very bad for PvE actually. So what it does is, when taking hits, 100% chance of reducing ability cooldown by 1 turn, which means he's going to be spamming his S3 in PvE whenever he gets attacked. Now, why is it bad in PvE? If you go to any of the False Auto Fantasy, he will be run with the same team as Elif. And the thing with Elif is that she will not pursuit attack if you don't do damage. Which means, if you have Lu Sheng's Divinate, he will use it and Elif will not pursuit attack. You will be missing out on millions upon millions of score across all 3 of the bosses, right? Let's say for example, you have his Divinate at D3 and instead of casting his S3 twice within the 70 or 120 turns in False Auto Fantasy, he will maybe cast it 4 or even 5 times because he's reducing the cooldown by a lot, right? So those 3 to 4 extra turns will be no damage coming from Elif. And if you've been using Elif for a period of time, you'll know that her damage is absolutely crazy. 1 turn of Elif's damage can equate to almost 3 million damage. So if you cast his S3 2 to 3 times more per run, you'll be missing out on almost 10 million damage. Just like that, because you have his Divinate. Now if you look at the rankings, almost everyone in the top 10 does not have his Divinate unlocked. So right here, no Divinate. Right here, maybe like level 1 or level 2. Okay, this one's D6. But again, the difference is pretty insane. Almost 20 million difference from rank 1 and rank 2. No Divinate as well. Here's Sonica. You'll take a look at the rank 1. No Divinate as well. Okay, Dark Starlight now. And rank 1. Let's see here, D1. So it's not 100% chance for him to reduce the cooldown of his S3. And also the reason why I don't have his S3 maxed out is because I don't want him to spam it. So I only stop at level 4 as well. So again, let's recap the 3 units that is worth to use the Astracoins on. First one is going to be Yalina. You want her to be at low level, but you still want her R6. So once you use the Astracoin on her, you still want to give her the resonance up to R6 and then leave her at low level, at level 1. And then the next unit is going to be Tolan. As for Tolan, you want him to be at level 1 as well. And if possible, don't give him the Divinate if you don't have to. He's still decent in PvP, but his PvE role outshines his PvP role at this point. And the last unit is going to be Lu Sheng. If you have his Divinate unlocked, then use the reset Astracoins. But if you don't have his Divinate unlocked, just leave him alone and use him as is. Just don't get his Divinate. In my opinion, it's a good resource to have. It's worth it if you are chasing to get a higher score for the leaderboard content, because this one does give you more rewards per day, right? This is going to be very useful for those players. For me, I'm going to be using the resource on my Tolan so I can go for a 4-turn APAP. I think this team might not be enough damage to one-shot the APAP with 4 turns. I might need to sprinkle in Shrine Pin in there, but I'll try with this team first. And yeah, that's about it. Ciao.